one I didn't care for very much.
WWV.
At the tone, 17 hours, 54 minutes. Coordinated Universal Time.
Alright, here we are. WWV. Fort Collins, Colorado. Gonna do a tour here. Beautiful day. This place is huge. More hams. Look at them coming in. Yeah, it looks like everybody's just waiting.
Have you signed in and all?
Sure.
And just FYI, pictures are fine.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Okay.
Sure, awesome. Wow. Gonna sign the guest book. Over there. Station tour. We are inside WWV. There's Ray, KG0AX. We're checking out the situation. I got all kinds of stuff in here. Got a ham station. It's on 20 megahertz. Power supply. It's a Yaesu HF rig. Shortwave radio.
Well, it didn't say what it was, but
Bulletin board.
Says it's capable of 160 terabytes.
Everybody else, the hands are signing in.
I want to keep good relations with the club. Lab, fix-it area. Back in the old days, I was saying earlier that both these radio stations had full-time staffs. And it was, 24/7 it was manned out here. And Fort Collins was a pretty small little town back then, so they did mainly tried to stay self-sufficient, and we still do try that now. There's two antennas. There's the south one. The towers themselves just hold up the antenna. The antenna is suspended in the middle. There's like 3 towers for each, 4 towers, and then there's another one up north here that used to be the 20 kilohertz. Used to be a 20 kilohertz station here, WWVL, and they closed that in 1972. So we decided to. That one sat idle for many years, and we decided 20 years almost. And we decided to incorporate that into the 60 kilohertz broadcast. And switch and make sure it's ready to go out. And you don't have to do it all the morning. Nope, not at 1 in the morning. You actually had to do it, Saturday. We used to do it Saturday afternoon because people on the East Coast need to get the signal. Then that afternoon they have to get the signal for daylight saving. And somehow it got written into the when they started making these wall clocks and wrist watches that would automatically pick up the signal. People started expecting not to see it before 0 hours UTC, which is 5 o'clock. WWV, you can recover the frequency information down to 10 control.
WWV right here. What are we looking at?
You don't know, you don't have to know.
Console. What time is it? Right there. Tons.
We have automatic tuning, and so this tells us what the tuning position is. You'll see the lights when it's really windy or icy outside. You'll see the antenna tuning a little bit here. So that's all automated. And then this just tells us that's not on in there is our standby transmitter. So if we have any problem with either one that's on the air, then we just go to the standby transmitter. But it's not.
No worries, your camera here has the right of way.
Say what? Oh no.
And look at the connectors on them.
That is a huge one.
Those are the tubes that go in the transmitters.
That's a tube.
Yeah, and this is one that's cut in half.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I was wondering, how much energy is coming out of that coax to move out of here?
out of here. It's like 1 volt.
Oh, we're way down though.
Yeah,
Just like an oscilloscope. Okay.
Yeah, then it gets fed. You know, that's all the amplifier. Yeah, the transmitter.
WWV station tour. We're going to check something else out. We are right underneath the antennas, and it is making a very weird noise.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
What does that say?
I think Spanish. Color guard.
Oh, right. Warning, danger.
I can turn on the lights here so we can all see the transmission line comes up out of the ground here, comes here to a line stretcher, and then this L1 here, this inductor, actually the antenna radiation resistance is 1 ohm, and to match it to the 50 ohms, this L1 here transforms that 1 ohm to 50 ohms to match the antenna. And then the big inductor on the side here, because the antenna is so short at this frequency, that adds inductance to all the capacitance we have. And inside, if you go to the far end here, you can look in and see another inductor inside. And that turns when we need tuning. There's a motor on that was that motor tuning, looking for the sweet spot. And then all the power, then we got about 200 amps of RF coming up through the ceiling there. And according to Kirchhoff's law, 200 amps going out means there's 200 amps coming in. And so that's what all the shielding on the side, the aluminum plate, is to lower the resistance of the 200 amps. Yeah, the capacitors are full of black tar.
Well, there's that capacitor you saw it still on the finish. This mica capacitor,
Right.
it's like a white glass tube with metal on top of it.
And they explode every now and then. Yeah. And everything's fine. But you get a little distortion in your
In this case, the one thing that happens is the passwords will change that affects
The antenna itself, you see the
Right.
ring?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's the radiating
Oh,
element.
that's the dipole, okay.
And then that goes up and the current spreads out, you know, in four directions on that diamond up there. And you can see insulators at the top of each tower,
Oh,
which
okay.
insulates it. The towers are grounded.
So the whole
So
thing
it
is the
starts
antenna.
as a dipole, and where the capacitor's
Okay.
not attached.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Sure enough.
And so that length is what?
WWV tour live.
They saved it, moved it.
The original sign from Maryland, awesome.
Use a pulley, huh? Too much weight on the
It's
bearing.
just a big wheel that
It is a wheel, okay.
from the counterweight
Yeah, yeah.
up and over to the insulator that holds the tension.
Sure, yeah.
And so
Inside WWV, another workstation.
What's generating the voice?
At the
Pot's
tone,
older than
17
man.
hours, 35 minutes. Coordinated Universal Time.
So the voice is actually built into the,
Oh,
they digitized it all and put it on the chip, and that's a whole other story. When they built these back in 1992, I think it was, the Don Elliott voice that everyone loved and was so familiar with, was actually sat back there in the corner. It was a gigantic magnetic drum, like a big cassette tape thing. It was a big magnetic drum. It had all these heads across the top, and it would put together, the head would drop at the right time to put together the hours, the minutes, then do the station announcement and stuff. And that was there forever. And then when we went to this, we said, well, let's digitize it and put it in there. It turned out we didn't own the voice. Don Elliott belonged to Autocron, and we were leasing it. And so for $300, they said you can buy the voice from us. And the broadcast manager was a real tightwad. He said, no, we're not going to do that. He said, we'll just re-record our own voice. And so they recorded a lot of different people, and we put a couple on the air, and everyone hated it because they loved Don Elliott, his voice, and so you were never going to get anyone to like the new one. And so we went through several voices before we finally settled on the one we have now. But I think his name's John Doyle. But yeah, it would have been a bargain, the $300, for the headaches it caused and all the problems and having people come in and do auditions and make tapes and stuff. Broadcast manager said, let's add the year. We haven't broadcast the year ever. We got 2 extra bits that we can broadcast the year, and so we just dialed that up on the thumb wheel. Of course, the first time we did it,
Oh, freaked everybody out.
I messed it up because I forgot to do it, and I drove home New Year's Eve and looked at my receiver clock, and it still had last year on it. And I was like, oh no, and so I drove all the way back out here to change the thumb wheels.
Fascinating.
And that's why that system back there was built. We now actually compare the data. We decode the data from both stations, and the code isn't identical.
Right.
But we compare them and make sure they match now. And whatever we're broadcasting up there is the same down here.
Here, there being B and...
Yeah, V and VB. So now the stations are identical.
And when you put out the air, 4 digits or 2 digits?
It was just 2 digits.
Still today.
Yeah, yeah.
So it says 17, not 2017.
Right.
Cool.
And then so, but the only person I heard from was a guy in Boulder had an automated system of collecting data, and when I forgot to switch the year, it went back and started overwriting his last January's date. But it was only for like 2 hours. I got home, I noticed a mistake immediately and
But
drove
you
back
literally,
out.
in that system, you'd have to be here at midnight or 5 UTC.
5 p.m.,
Yeah, 5
yeah.
p.m. here, midnight UTC,
Zero.
just to do the thumb wheel switch.
Yeah.
So you do it before you went home that day.
Right,
Okay.
right. And so when I got home, I double checked on my receiver, because we have receivers that will decode everything and show it. And I was like, uh-oh. And it was the first year we did it, so not that many people were using the time, or the year code.
Gotcha.
Everybody knows what year it is, why do they need to?
So if I send you my Loveland QSL card, what happens?
we'll put it on
Long
the
distance
wall.
Loveland? Oh, you're gonna frame it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, we save all the QSL cards people send us. They send us postcards and QSL cards. From
But
all
you
over
don't
the
send
world.
them back.
You mean like?
Can I get a QSL card from you guys?
You or send it. You have to give me your address. So.
Well, we'll talk. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, we'll send you one. Yes. I'm assuming you've heard WWV. You're not just making it up.
5 megahertz
Yeah,
is
we
fine.
had a 5.9 on 10 megahertz in Fort Collins.
It's
yeah.
been off for a week. Yeah. So no, we had a secretary. She was a stickler. Unless everything was perfect, you didn't get a QSL card.
Oh,
She took
good.
it
Good.
seriously.
All right, you got to earn it.
Yeah, but I mean, people say I heard the time ticks. You know, what are you going to call them a lot? You know, when you write to a shortwave station, you say, "Oh, I heard the news, and this was a story that was on," and to prove that you heard it, you know, and people write to us all the time, and oh yeah, I heard it. It was
You
time
guys told me
ticks.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, and so you have to take their word for it. But if there was anything wrong with it, she wouldn't send out a QSL card.
Do you suppose that the International Space Station could pick you up if they were listening, at least when they're horizontal to the horizon with you?
I would think
Exchange
so.
a QSL, because they're hams on space.
Who that is. We have stacks and stacks of black and white photos.
Yeah.
They all have serial numbers on them. They're all official, you know, this, that, and the other, and they have official numbers on them, and there's a big catalog somewhere that says what the picture is, when
Right.
it was taken, and we've never been able to find that catalog.
What a shame. It'd be good
Yeah.
to, you know.
It's,
They were ties back then.
at least for the pictures. Yeah, they do. You see pictures of them. And then you have bow ties, regular ties.
Give me a sec. I didn't, was there a reason Whoopi? Yeah, because
This laboratory was in Boulder. Comes from someplace
At the tone, 17 hours, 54 minutes. Coordinated Universal Time.
Technically, even though they're vastly better than we are here, there's still those differences.
There's no scuttlebutt about the long-term future of WWV then as far as viability or congressional support or anything. As far as you know, it's good to go indefinitely. There's no writing on the wall.
Every year. You know, it's anyone's guess as to what the future holds because we're, you know, somebody may come along and say,
But at the same time, there's no phase-out plan at this point.
No,
There's no
no.
talk of a sunset date or anything. Okay.
no, but I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, like I say,
Well,
HF.
I'm not so much worried about the politics, it's just from a technical point of view.
Yeah.
There's no writing on the wall that says you will be obsolete by some replacement.
No.
GPS may help at the time if it was known to be reliable.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no plan yet. So we sit around at lunchtime and speculate, you know, what would happen if we went away today? Would anyone notice? Transmitters, they were built they were built in the early 90s, again to save electricity. So they're Class C 10 kilowatt transmitters. We've replaced all the original transmitters with either the Class C or now we're getting the HF transmitters from the Navy. We got them as surplus a couple of years ago. We got connexes full of them, so we have no worries about parts being available or not, because we got lots and lots of spare parts. On the transmission line, so they go out to their respective antennas. All the vertical ones you see here are a quarter wavelength. Each one of them is cut to a quarter wavelength of the frequency we're on. And so there's the 5 megahertz total. And he's big into plasma physics. And he wrote this article for QST, said, you know, hams just aren't doing their job as far as advancing the radio art, is the way he put it. And he talked about, I guess there's something in the charter that says hams are supposed to be not just talking all the time, which is fine, but advancing the radio art. So I wrote to him and said, well, I get this new frequency here, 25 megahertz. Is there anything we can do to advance the radio art that would help people? And he said, you know, a turnstile antenna that, for, you know, you could switch between, you know, it's just 2 horizontal dipoles.
Okay.
And so he said, well, go from the vertical, and, you know, for like 20 minutes, and then for 10 minutes go horizontal north-south, horizontal east-west, left-hand polarization, right-hand polarization. And so I said, okay, I can do that. And so started building that, and it's I've had to shoehorn it in between other, you know, stuff I'm supposed to be doing here. And so it's taken, it's probably 2 or 3 years now that thing's been under construction. But and now we're at the bottom of the sunspot cycle too. So hopefully before the next sunspot cycle shows up, if there is one.
If we have one,
Yeah. It's been going up.
On average around it.
Yeah, around the 11-year cycles, it's going up. And so, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, carbon dioxide isn't the on-off switch. There's other things. The sun puts out a certain amount of heat, and it slows down and increases. And as the Industrial Revolution's been going on, the sun's been putting out more sun. But now they're saying if we're going to go back to another Maunder minimum, it may start cooling off again.
Crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, we may be burning coal like crazy just to stay warm. So,
Theory is that the deep oceans are so next.
yeah,
So people say it's no global warming. If you believe the numbers, it really is, even with the oceans absorbing it.
yeah. I believe, you know, the world's been getting warmer, but since the end of the last ice age, you know, I mean, we go through cycles, ice age, and then for some reason we come out of them, and then we go back into them, and so I think there's a lot to be understood. But on that note, that's all there is to see at both stations. Anyone have any questions about?
Cool. Appreciate it.
How often do you walk here versus drive? You drive most of the time down to this.
Out to the site?
No, out to the building here.
Oh, yeah, we have bicycles. We have to run this station.
Back solar at that time.
Yeah.
But without a way to
With the
store it,
sun,
you'd have to.
Well, I think we took into consideration, you know, nighttime. You'd have to store it. We took into
Oh, you think on
consideration.
average? Like
Yeah, 24/7.
Really good.
But you'd have to do 400 acres of.
Yeah, they have to have a way to store it.
And and Hawaii does have solar panels. They
You said it's
supplement.
expensive juice there,
Yeah, so they would made sense. But here, you know, we pay like 6 cents a kilowatt hour for electricity, and but we got lots of land and lots of sunshine, so it's one of those
Well, your
things.
power bill must be fun to see everyone from the city.
It's like $500 a month
That's
or something
all.
like
That's
that.
all.
How many kilowatts is that?
You guys are a
use
bargain.
a day, an hour?
Oh no, it's up on the. I'm sorry, it's $400 a day. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Yeah, yeah, we got a bill up on the bulletin board up at the other building. It's like $416 a day.
Okay, $6, 6 cents.